Alright, let's go for the further ending, and we probably will go with the hardest route for our characters to go through. So, alright, west using the ridge to move past the weather. Sorry, there was an entrance. What was that? Heading for the ridge. If you see an avalanche, it will most likely be from my screaming. Roger that. Be safe and cautious. If you need any support or update, let us know. Will do. Thanks, guys. Base camp out. Are you sure going to be fine going this way? Sure. If you can do it, I can do it. Yeah, mom. Do not look down, do not look down, do not look down, do not look down. Hey, look at that down there. You are the worst husband in human history. Uh-oh. Oh no. And I thought I was the worst person to record a video game in human history and click the button to stop the recording now. But luckily enough, no. Okay. Oh, you know you love me. I know I love you. I always love you. Loving you doesn't mean I like you right now. Why? 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 Why do I think this was the way to go? I think it's because you're always so impatient. I'm not impatient. I just want the third ending. Honey, how long have we been together? Long enough for you to know I'm not impatient. Good thing for me, you're in no position to smack you for disagreeing with you. Should you be offering me words of encouragement? Look at what you're doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm hanging on for dear life. Yeah, and you're rocking it, no pun intended. Well, you would make puns that only you will understand, and then have to say no pun intended, so everyone else gets it. Actually, he didn't need to say that, no pun intended, because I got it. Understood. But okay, yeah, well, that aside, you are doing fine. What do you always tell me to never forget by being? Awesome. Yes, well, right now you are being awesome. Incredibly, ridiculously, ridiculously awesome. Imagine what the grandkids are going to think when Grandma gets off this mountain and tells them about it. We are never going to believe it. Only Grandma does something so stupid. And now it's your turn. They are going to love it, Grandma hugging along the edge of a mountain. Grandma screaming at the top of her lungs. Grandma going from post to post on the sharp ridge of a mountain. Grandma holding her on so tight she'll never be able to use her hands normally again. I think my versions are better. Your versions are BS. Nonsense. We haven't even got to the part of the story where we jump from post to post, one arm at a time like Tarzan. If I could do that, you know what else I would do right now? Kiss me? More like smack you. We'll have plenty of time for both after we reach the summit. What am I going to do with you? Love me and not drop me. I'm kind of relying on you in the current circumstance, so please do not drop me. I guess you might get the hint of what's going on in the game if you haven't seen the other endings yet. You're strapped tight. If I drop you, then I'm falling with you. We certainly can have that. Who's going to tell this awesome story then? You aren't telling the stories. What's wrong with telling stories? You're always telling stories. You have that gator hunting story. It's a true story. Then the story of the deer that chased you and Pete when you took him out for a walk. Also a true story. Also a story that I wasn't in. Are you upset that I always tell stories about just me? For years you have been telling the same story. Why don't you tell more stories about the whole family? What about the time I scared Kate's boyfriend? As I recall, that's a great story. Full fault he could kiss our daughter in her bedroom. I got the drop on and didn't I? Running through the sling from the attic because the wood had given away was not the best way to get the drop on them. It was excellent timing. It was an excellent coincidence. What about our first date? You don't tell many people that story. About the improv show or the part where I kept beating you at that racing video game. Smart Alec. What about when we went whitewater rafting? I tell that story. Yeah, the part where the whole family kept messing up and how it's the only time we ever fell out of a raft. I don't need to tell the other parts. Oh, tell me a story. Remember the first time we moved somewhere we had snow? I do. I remember not wanting to step outside for anything. And do you remember how the dogs handled it for the first time? They were both confused about what it was or how to handle it. First time Pete stuck a paw in the snow, he freaked out. Yeah, it's actually kind of funny how when the dog sees the snow for the first time, how the dog reacts basically. You threw him to a pile of snow we had shoveled from the driveway. He loved being thrown in. He came back up to you and tried to be thrown again. Even Maya got into it and wanted to play the same as him. Then we had to put the snow booties on her because she was always licking her paws. She could barely walk at first. Looked almost like our dog was drunk the way she kept wobbling. It was a good night. You're right, it is really a great memory. So why don't you tell more people that? It's always the crazy moments. I tell the kids, I don't feel the need to share those stories with anyone else. Understandable. Why not? It's a different kind of story, one of our stories. Stories that you remember make you quietly smile. I like keeping those memories for us, so we can smile back on them later. Those stories make me happy by remembering them on my own. Alex, I remember one of our first dates when we didn't leave the apartment because you were sick. I ended up holding back your hair for you the whole time. I remember, in that moment I always like to have you. Those are our stories, my stories. I don't share our stories because I want them to be ours. Maybe it's silly, but what we do is ours. You're awesome. And you regardless. We're almost done. I can see the end of the ridge up ahead. Let's get this over with and off here. You got it. Nothing more than a quick, clear slope to the summit from there. Change rate achievement. We made it. I can't believe we actually. Wow, it's incredible, isn't it? It was worth making the ridiculous climb to get all the way up here. Oh, it was, huh? You're not salty about the days of sleeping on the ground in the freezing cold with no shower. I was a minute ago, but now I think this may be the prettiest sight I've ever seen because of you. Better than the sunset on the riverboat from our honeymoon. Yeah, even prettier than that. Our honeymoon was a lot more fun than climbing the mountain for. As I recall, our honeymoon still involved a lot of walking. It was crazy hot too. It did require me to bundle up with all of these layers. It had that crazy mountain breeze. And have me eating mostly beans for me every meal. We lucked out that our honeymoon took place during a chocolate festival, so it also involved drinking. Hey, I wouldn't have stopped you from bringing alcohol up here. I'm not going to imagine being drunk while crossing the sharp ridge. Yeah, but then you could invent a new drunk Nick dance. Oh gosh, no, I've had enough of those dances. Nothing tops the wise Russian dance. I love the way you pump your arms and put back and forth. White Russian! White Russian! Okay, now that's the spirit. Last dance, I'm doing from up here. It's a long way down, I don't need to sleep. Fair point. Anyway, like I said, it was a great honeymoon. It was. We had some great memories from that trip. I love all the photos you took for us to look back on. Good thing I got into photography as a passing hobby. You always took a lot of photos from your past climbs too. Photos standing like this for me to see when you got home. I always want you to see it for yourself. But now I'm here. Seeing it for yourself in person is different, isn't it? You have the camera. You take photos with setting. Alright, let me put down and snap a few photos. The kids are going to love this, so are the grandkids. I bet those little tanks won't even know what to make of this. Probably that is magical, something you only read about in a fantasy book or see in a movie. Not fiction anymore, so we really like it. The grandkids would have it right, it is magical. I'm glad to hear that. I had no idea it would be something like this. If I'd known, I would have done this sooner. You're doing it now. I would have done it together. We are here together. Not like how I wanted. Not like how you always wanted. Not with you right next to me. Not like how it's supposed to be. I'm so sorry. Life isn't fair. I wasn't supposed to lose you so soon. Not this soon. We're at almost 30 years, and I want more. I want more years of you being awesome and loving me. I even want more years of you irritating me like a brat. Actually, I'm used to always finishing my sentences. It was so aggravating how you could always imagine exactly what I would say before I said, and then keep moving the conversation along. I miss that now. I miss you coming home from an adventure and telling me about it. Whenever you came back from a climb, you'd tell me how you would have to talk to yourself and pretend you were talking to me. How keeping conversation with yourself helped you focus and keep from getting tired. I tried doing that. I climbed this damn mountain pretending you were right here beside me, talking to me. It helped, huh? It really helped. I don't stop hearing your voice. I know. I miss you. I miss you so much. Someone takes your phone. I keep calling you with prank, visual smooth, or snuggle message. It's silly. It sounds silly. I'm sorry I didn't do it more often. I even listen to your voicemail so I don't forget that what you sound like. You had such a stupid cliche voicemail. Why couldn't you sound you funnier? At least I can still imagine your voice when I read something you wrote. Do you remember the poem you wrote me? I do. It was so bad. I love that poem. You wrote it for me. I wrote the first time I saw a view like this one. I wish I'd written it, but if I know those would be the last words that make you think of me, I promise I would have tried harder. You didn't need to. You were perfect just the way you were, and I loved you those words close to me. As the sun sets, I feel compelled to sit quietly and say why, like how your own beauty and wonder bring me a smile. I wait patiently there, and the stars falls past the skies, and then I see only you as it goes dark, and I close my eyes. I dream of all the adventures I had with you at my side, the times we laughed, danced, hollered, and cried. Memories of abstract sights with us both thinking, wow, dreams I'd repeat with you for as long as my sleep would allow. Then as I wake, the morning sun curses my face, make me think you're there offering a warm embrace. I reach in and pull out the one word note you stuck in my bag. Woo! It makes me smile and start the day remembering how much I love you. I hate you sometimes, you know? I know, remember what I'd always say about hating someone. Hate is a strong word. It takes a lot of time and energy to really hate someone. I'm glad to know I was worth the time and energy. I'll never stop. You'll always be worth it. Thank you. I love you, my bear. And I love you, mi hermosa. Goodbye. Alright. So, we have that. And all that's left is that DLC.